Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Check 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Test. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, check 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Test. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4.
This is a production of MidPennBroadcasting.com, where over 70 local sporting events a year stream live to your PC, laptop, phone, and tablet.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to high school football from War Memorial Field in Steelton. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Gary Klein. Thanks for joining us here this afternoon. Great to have football back. This afternoon is the opener for both the Upper Dauphin Trojans and the Steel High Steamrollers. The Steamrollers have played a couple of scrimmages along the way, one that we broadcast here a couple of weeks ago. But today, we are back for the real thing. This is high school football, which got underway last night all across the Mid-Penn. And today's broadcast is brought to you by the Steelton American Legion. And the Steel High Steamrollers, coming off of a record last year of 8-3, they were 5-2. And a member of the Capital Division, they lost in the first round of the playoffs to DeLone Catholic by a score of 39-27. Steel High is coached by Andrew Irby. Irby is in his seventh season and has compiled a record of 40 wins and 33 losses for the Steamrollers. And Steel High with a big returning cast. They have Odell Green, who rushed 73 times for 1,300 yards last year and 18 touchdowns. On the receiving end, it is Makai Flowers, 43 catches, 1,000 yards, averaging 23.2 yards a catch and 25 touchdowns. And Tyrone Moore is back off of that offense, 47 catches, 743 yards. Averaged 15.8 yards a carry and 10 touchdowns. And Alex Irby, who is the twin brother of defensive lineman Andrew Jr., he's taking over as the number one quarterback for the Rollers this season. 6'2", 190-pound freshman, looked very good in the scrimmage that we saw 2 weeks ago. And he has already garnered interest from colleges and has played with a number of his new varsity teammates as he rose through the feeder system. So Steel High poised here to have another very good season. But they take on Upper Dauphin, and the Trojans last year went deep into the state playoffs before losing their first game of the year. They did not lose a game all season until they lost in the playoffs to Southern Columbia. Upper Dauphin is a member of the newly created Mid-Penn Liberty Division this year, and they are coming off of a record of 12 wins and 1 loss. So a very strong opponent today for the Steel High Steamrollers in the person of Upper Dauphin. We will be coming back to take a look at more of, talk about more about today's game, and we will be back in just a moment. This is Mid-Penn Broadcasting, and today's game is presented by the Steelton American Legion.
Meet Josh.
Hi, everybody.
Josh is a high school basketball player, solid shooter, great teammate.
Hey, don't forget my tenacious D.
And he's my son.
Oh.
So, what does Josh do to be the best basketball player he can be?
I play tennis.
Studies show that student athletes here in Pennsylvania who play more than one high school sport are more likely to excel. Tennis does more than improve Josh's conditioning. It gives him a fresh competitive outlet, reduces the risk of injury by cross-training, and introduces him to different coaching techniques and new friends.
Don't get me wrong, hoops are my first love. Tennis just gives me a little break.
So when the new season begins, Josh isn't burned out on basketball. He's eager to play, and you can see the difference in his game.
This message presented by the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Pennsylvania State Athletic Directors Association.
Well, welcome back, everyone, to Steel High as we get set for the start of this afternoon's game between the Upper Dauphin Trojans and the Steel High Steamrollers. Cloudy, overcast day, but it's a great day for football. It's great to be back. I know I saw some of the Upper Dauphin coaches here prior to the game. They were happy, saying, look, it's just good to have a football game, and it sure is. Mid-Penn, we mentioned, started last night. And Steel High playing on Saturdays, a day behind that, but it is opening weekend. By the way, this would have been week 5 in the regular season. We would have been halfway through the season had it not been for the late start. And, the way it stands now, the regular season scheduled to end the first week in November. But do keep in mind that schools have the option to add games right up through November 28th, right after the Thanksgiving weekend. Playoffs begin October 30th before the regular season ends. And this year, teams who are eliminated in the playoffs, and this year only, can schedule additional games. Upper Dauphin has a rich history, a winning tradition. We mentioned they were 12-1 last season overall, and they rolled through that regular season and winning games by an average of 28.5 points. During that regular season. And, you take a look at their scores, not anything was really close. You see scores of 62-6, 78-20. 53-7, 60-8, and right along the line. But it all came crashing down for Upper Dauphin when they played Southern Columbia in that state. I think it was maybe the semifinal game. They lost that playoff game and became eliminated at that time after defeating DeLone and Newport in the early rounds of the playoffs. And we mentioned the season starting last night around the Mid-Penn, and there was, believe me, a lot of surprises as far as the scores go last night. We're going to be running those down for you. You know, the Cedar Cliff Colts came away with a 35-34 win over powerhouse Berks Catholic last night. Middletown defeated the Juniata Indians by a score of 54-19. It was Mechanicsburg over West Perry, 28-14. Bishop McDevitt, 33-0 over Mifflin County. The Newport Buffaloes opened up, and Newport, we saw them in the scrimmage here in Week 1 for Steelton. They defeated Trinity 21-17. Exeter Township over CD East 27-7. And listen to this one. Cumberland Valley losing to Altoona last night by a score of 28-14. Hollidaysburg over Palmyra 42-21. And the Waynesboro Indians upset Shippensburg last night, winning 22-20. Big Spring, a 20-6 winner over James Buchanan. Central Dolphin rolled over Chambersburg by a score of 62-10. And probably the biggest shocker of the night, the Greencastle Antrim Blue Devils knocked off Susquehanna Township last night, 20-13. Boiling Springs, a 51-13 winner over Susquehanna. The Trojans of Hershey, 10-7 win over Redland. The Northern Polar Bears rolled to a 37-7 win at East Pennsboro. And the Camp Hill Lions got by the Line Mounted Eagles by a score of 35-28, and that's what happened around the Mid-Penn last night. And of course, the Mid-Penn much larger this season as for football, with the admission of the teams from the Tri-Valley League. And I think there's like 37 teams in the Mid-Penn Conference at the present time. So it's a huge conference for football. And it all got underway, albeit late, a month late last night. We will take a break. We're getting close to game time here this afternoon at War Memorial Field. And today's game on Mid-Penn Broadcasting is brought to you by the Steelton American Legion.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Pennsylvania, who do you meet? When you're working for a mover and shaker with strong ties to our community, who are they? When you encounter a group of people eager to roll up their sleeves, who are you most likely to work with? Answer: men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on.
And that's members of the Roller Pride Marching Band with the national anthem, socially distancing in the stands right below us here to give their rendition of the national anthem. Steel High in their traditional blue uniforms with white lettering, and they're getting set to take on the Upper Dauphin Trojans, who I do not see on the field yet. Now they're down talking right beside the building down below us, and we prepare for the 12 noon kickoff here today at Steel High. And a reminder that Steel High will be in Middletown next Friday night, and you will be able to see that game on High School Sports Live next Friday night. As far as Trinity goes, that's our next home game, and that will happen here October the 10th, and that game will be on the CBS 21 sub-channel on BTV. They will be televising that. Camp Hill game back here on the 17th. You'll be able to watch our live stream here on Mid-Penn Broadcasting, as well as the Big Spring game on the 24th of October. So we'll be back here in a few weeks for Big Spring, as well as Camp Hill on the 17th. Happy to be bringing you Steel High Steamrollers football this year. And today's game is made possible by the Steelton American Legion. And the Trojans are on their side of the field in their white uniforms with red lettering. You know, there's a great long-standing tradition here at Steel High, both on the football field and the basketball court. In fact, Steel High became only one of a very few schools to win a state championship in football and basketball, 2007, 2008. And it's always been a great tradition. Their opponents today, too, have that great winning tradition. The Upper Dauphin Trojans. And it looks like Upper Dauphin will be kicking off too. Or excuse me, Steel High will be kicking off. Steel High kicking off to the Trojans in a bouncing kick, and it's taken back at the 11-yard line and getting return yards to the 30.
By number 17, Naheem Lewis.
And Upper Dauphin will go to work here to start this game on the 30-yard line. Upper Dauphin returning two offensive starters and one defensive starter from last year. Tyler Cleveland, a 5'11", 170-pound senior, is the quarterback for the Trojans, and he hands off the first one to Christian Snyder, and Snyder gets a few yards right up over the 30-yard line. Cleveland at quarterback, Aiden Weiss at tailback. Fullback is Christian Snyder. Chance Crawford. Split back, running back. Motion coming, and along with that comes a flag. And we will...
Offsides defense.
Offsides on Steel High. And that will move the ball ahead 5 yards.
Brings up second down and 2 yards to go.
So it's 2nd and 2. And there is another flag.
For a flag on the play.
And that's against Steel High.
Steel High lined up all sides on the play.
Back-to-back offsides, and that gives Upper Dolphin the first down.
1st and 10 on the 42-yard line.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Trojans as they've got to the 42 on back-to-back penalties. Just underway today here in Steelton. Motion going to the left and the handoff of the football, but getting nowhere and actually getting knocked down for a loss on the play.
Made by number 50.
It looked like Christian Snyder, number 7, as the ball carrier, but it's a loss on the play. The loss of a yard, 2nd down, and 11 yards to go for the Trojans. 2 backs behind quarterback Cleveland, and he fakes a handoff, and he's going to keep it himself. He's to the 40, to the 50, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds at the 46-yard line. The quarterback keeper from number 4, Tyler Cleveland, the senior 5'10", 175-pound quarterback for the Trojans. And the ball is into steamroller territory at the 46-yard line of the Steamrollers. And a first down for Upper Dolphin. Their second first down in this drive. The first one came as a result of a couple of penalties. Back to work on offense. Cleveland this time will hand the football off. And it's Christian once again on the carry. Christian Snyder.
Stopped by a host of rollers.
And most of the Rollers line there to greet him. And it's going to bring up a 2nd down and still about 10 yards to go there. 9 yards. They gave him a pickup of 1. So it's 2nd and 9. Football is back and long overdue, but we're here to open the season at Steel High, and some play action passes off and incomplete, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, who had the whole field in front of him. He was wide open, and I think had he caught that, it was going to be headed to the end zone for a touchdown. That was Brandon Federhoff, number 24.
It will be a 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
So it'll be a 3rd and 9. 3rd down, 9 yards to go. Big play coming early in the ball game for the Trojans. There comes a flag, and this time it's motion on the Trojans as the flag dropped as number 2, Brady Morgan, went in motion for Upper Dolphin, and that will repeat the 3rd down and make it 3rd and 14. 3rd and 14. And motion again, and this is Cleveland, and he hands the football off, and getting out into the open field and headed downfield all the way into the end zone for the touchdown on the handoff, and that is Christian Snyder with the touchdown for Upper Dolphin, a 49-yard run, 49 yards. And on the board first is Upper Dolphin with 9:15 to go in the first quarter. 9:15 and 49-yard run from Christian Snyder. It looks like they may be going for 2 points here.
The Trojans are lined up to go for 2 points.
So they are going to go for the 2. And it's Tyler Cleveland with motion coming to the right. Cleveland rolls out, throws to the end zone. It's no good. Broken up by the Steelers. So Steel High. So a touchdown on the board, 2-point conversion fails. It is a 6-0 Upper Dauphin lead. Today's game is brought to you by the Steelton American Legion.
When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Pennsylvania, who do you meet? Answer: men and women who play high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question: so where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer: high school sports.
This message presented by the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Pennsylvania State Athletic Directors Association.
And so it is a lead for Upper Dauphin here of 6-0. The 2-point conversion failed, and the Rollers will go to work on offense for the first time this season. And here comes the kick. And it's a short kick, and it's just going to be out of bounds.
Ball goes out of bounds.
So the Rollers will have decent field position here. The starter, they're going to have them re-kick this.
There's going to be a re-kick.
So it will be a re-kick, and this re-kick will take place from the 35-yard line. Steel High elected for the re-kick. And here comes the short kick again.
Kick goes out of bounds.
And goes
On
out of bounds. It's another penalty, and we may come back and do it again. Here's Upper Dauphin does not want to get the ball into the hands of the Steamrollers return men. Let's move it back to the 30. So let's try this again. And this kick again is a bouncing kick. And this time the Rollers can't handle it. But Hammonds comes back and recovers. And he's going to work his way up to about the 30-yard line. Came and, ended up, getting the ball. Looked like a shortstop going in the hole. Came up with it. And got a return out of it to the 30-yard line. And that's where the Rollers start. 9:03 on the scoreboard clock. They find themselves on the short end of a 6-0 score. Irby at quarterback, and he'll hand the football off and up to the 35-yard line with the handoff to Odell Green. Looks like it's going to be a pickup of 5. And now they're saying 6. Let's call it a second down. And 4 yards to go as Irby, the freshman quarterback for the Steamrollers. And a high snap, but Irby will hand it off again. Green this time. And he somehow breaks away from it and breaks out to his right. And it's going to get up to the 50-yard line. I thought he was down in the backfield, but he just kept running over defenders from the Trojans and manages to get it up to the 50-yard line on a great run. Eight minutes on the scoreboard clock. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Steamrollers. And the ball at midfield. Long count. And Irby again will hand it off, breaking around to the left. And this is Flowers down to the 30, 20, 10, and now he is in. Makai Flowers got out to his left and it was all over. And the big run from 47 yards for Flowers, as he matches the run from Christian Snyder almost. Snyder's was 49. Got the job done. Game is tied. 7:39 of the first quarter. Makai Flowers with the... And the extra point attempt is up, and the Steamrollers have the lead at 7-6. And today's game brought to you by the Steelton American Legion on MidPennBroadcasting.com and the SportsPage.blog.
Boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Pennsylvania. Who do you meet? Answer: men and women who play high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question: so where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer: high school sports.
This message presented by the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Pennsylvania State Athletic Directors Association.
Steamrollers getting to kick off here at War Memorial Field in Steelton. A 7-6 Rollers lead. And that's a ball taken at the 20-yard line. And Steelers right there to snuff it out as Brady Morgan made the catch. And the tackle is made by Eugene Green. He's a 6'1", 200-pound freshman. And the ball at the 28-yard line as Tyler Cleveland will go to work from there. Game so far, 2 possessions, and we've had long runs for scores. And the Steelton High Spire Steamrollers with that 7-6 lead. And there's the quarterback keeper, and it's going to be maybe back to the line of scrimmage or very close to it. Faked the handoff and kept it, and cloudy autumn afternoon, but hey, it's a great day for football here. Got the roller band playing here in front of us, and good to hear the enthusiasm. And there is the handoff once again, and barreling his way, but how many? About a half a dozen Steamrollers there. Crawford was the carry, Chance Crawford. So it'll be a 3rd down and 10 yards to go. They got nowhere. 3rd and 10. Big play coming up here for the Steamroller defense. Steel High with a 7-6 lead. We are in the first quarter with 6:28 to go, and flag is thrown. I think this is going to be against the Steamrollers. And that will bring the ball up to the 33-yard line.
Makes it 3rd and 5.
3rd down and 5 yards to go for the Trojans. They trail the Rollers here 7-6. Upper Dauphin calls time. We'll take time. Today's game brought to you by the Steelton American Legion on MidPennBroadcasting.com.
So why do teenagers play high school sports?
My reason why is a sense of purpose.
My reason why is to inspire others.
One reason student athletes seldom mention is to get an athletic scholarship. They know that only 2% of all high school athletes are awarded a sports scholarship. So why do they play?
My reason why is friendship.
Tell us your reason using the hashtag MyReasonWhy.
This message presented by the NFHS and the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Athletic Association.
Back at War Memorial Field in Steelton, Gary Klein, Bernie Stanalonis on the camera today as we bring you high school football on Mid-Penn Broadcasting. And here is Tyler Cleveland. He gets a pass off. It is incomplete and almost intercepted there by Steel High, David Pryor. So it'll be a 4th down. It was just over Pryor's outstretched hands. And a punting situation here for the Trojans as it'll be a 4th down and 5 yards to go for the Trojans. Ball at the 33-yard line. Mackay Flowers deep, and here is the low snap, and the kick is a short kick. It goes off the out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. So now the Rollers will go to work for the second time on offense today, in good field position to do it. As we get all ready to go, and motion going to the right for Steel High, and also a flag. We've seen a motion on Steel High. And Steamrollers have been hurt here in the first quarter with their penalties. Been a lot of laundry on the field today so far as we reach the midway point of the first quarter. And a motion to the right, and the handoff and finding a hole is Odell Green, but he gets it up to the 45 yards, 5-yard run on 1st down on the handoff from Alex Irby. Irby, a freshman quarterback, making his first start today. And there is the handoff and around to the right side, and scampering up over the 50 to the 49-yard line. That's Odell Green. Gets it into Upper Dauphin territory, and it will bring up a 3rd down and 9 yards to go for the Steamrollers. And long count here from Irby as the Rollers get set. And there is the handoff, and breaking through for 1st down and more, 30, 20, and finally brought out of bounds at the 15-yard line is Odell Green. Another big run from Odell. And handoff and round to the left, finding a hole and getting down to the 10-yard line and knocked out of bounds at about the 9-yard line is Mackay Flowers. Nice run for Flowers.
Makes it a 2nd down and approximately 4 yards to go.
7-6 Steamrollers lead. 2nd down, 4 yards to go. As the Rollers have marched down to the 10-yard line. And that's Green in motion to the right, and the snap goes over Irby's head, and he is going to be down at the 26-yard line. And a big loss on that one for Steele High.
Have an injury on the play.
All the way back to the 26-yard line. And there is an injury. Roller player down.
Alex Irby injured on the play.
Alex Irby, the quarterback. Irby in his first start as a freshman. And he's getting up. Good sign there. He's walking off the field, or running off the field. Looks like he's going to be okay. Good. Absolutely. Third down, and there's a third down.
Third down, 19 yards to go.
Third and 19. And there's the snap, and now in trouble is Makai Flowers, and the flag is down. Flowers is brought down at about the 28-yard line.
Looks like a block in the back.
And we'll see what the call is here. It's against Steele High. Irby is back on the field. And it remains to be seen if they'll take this one. It's kind of doubtful. Yeah, it's declined to bring up a fourth down.
Brings up a fourth down for the Rollers.
So it's a fourth down at this spot. They're going to go for it. Irby back in at quarterback. And he's back, takes a step back, puts in the air. He's got a man wide open. Oh, my goodness, into the end zone. Absolutely no one around. And Irby took full advantage of that. A 24-yard touchdown pass. And the extra point attempt is blocked, and there's a break in the action. Steele High 13, Upper Dolphin 6. You're watching Steele High football on Mid-Penn Broadcasting, brought to you by the American Legion of Steelton.
When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Pennsylvania, who do you meet? Answer: men and women who play high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question: so where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer: high school sports.
This message presented by the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Pennsylvania State Athletic Directors Association.
Well, Steele High has taken a 13-6 lead, and they'll kick the football off, and getting the ball up to about the 30-yard line on the return. And that's where Upper Dolphin will take over, trailing in this one by a score of 13-6 to Steele High.
First
So it'll be first down and 10 yards to go for the Trojans. First and 10. And there is a handoff, and wow, going to get knocked down for a loss on the carry. That was Aiden Weist. And it was stopped by Steel High's Kyler Ray William. Loss of 5 yards on the play. It'll be a second down and 15 yards to go. Second and 15. And this will be the quarterback keeper, but nothing doing. Only back to the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up a third down. Tyler Cleveland was stopped by the Rollers' front line there. And so they're going to give him, that's a little less than a yard. Third down and 14 yards to go. Third and 14. And here is, wow, the handoff. And well, he actually shuffled it off, but boy, the Rollers had it read. We're right there. So that's going to bring up fourth and a country mile here. Ball all the way back to the 20. And it looks like need the 40-yard line for a first down, so it would be a fourth down and 20 yards to go for the Upper Dauphin Trojans as they prepare to kick the ball away to Steel High. And this is a very short, wobbly kick that's going to be out of bounds about the 42-yard line. Very short kick and excellent field position here for Steel High. So here come the Steamrollers and a handoff. Odell Green up the middle. 5-yard pickup on first down. Nice run from Odell Green. And there again is Green, but this time right there to greet him was 60 Chase Lentz. And once again, Green is got the first down. Enough yardage for the first down. So it's a first and 10 for the Rollers from the Upper Dauphin, a 30-yard line. And a timeout is going to be called here. Timeout Steel High.
Timeout called by the Rollers.
With 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining to be played here in quarter number one. Steel High leads it 13-6. Today's game is being brought to you by the Steelton American Legion.
Honey, isn't it amazing?
What?
The sacrifice, the dedication, the grit. I mean, they really set an example, don't they?
Oh, well, no question. Today's high school athletes are truly special.
Not the athletes.
Well, who?
The officials.
Oh.
Today's student athletes are truly special. But there's something pretty great about the men and women who officiate their games, too. Like the way they're giving back to their communities. Officiating is a terrific way to stay in shape, meet new people, and stay connected to the game you love.
And here we are on the first down play from Steel High. And they get the handoff Flowers, and he is going to get only to the line of scrimmage as he ran right then left. Second down and 7 yards to go for the Rollers. 2nd and 7. Did manage to get a pickup of a few. And this is Irby back. And he throws and has it completed to the 25-yard line. And a pickup of about 5 yards on the play. Damian Hammonds on the receiving end of the catch. As the final seconds of the first quarter tick off, and at the end of one quarter, it is Steel High 13 and Upper Dauphin 6. You're watching Steel High football on Mid-Penn Broadcasting, brought to you by the Steelton American Legion.
When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Pennsylvania, who do you meet? When you're working for a mover and shaker with strong ties to our community, who are they? When you encounter a group of people eager to roll up their sleeves, who are you most likely to work with? Answer: men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Taking the initiative, being a good teammate, sacrificing personal glory for the greater good. These are qualities we expect of our leaders, and they're all being cultivated in the high schools right here in Pennsylvania. Question: so where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer: high school sports.
This message presented by the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Pennsylvania State Athletic Directors Association.
And here's Irby keeping the football, and he will get up to about the 22-yard line.
24-yard line. 4th down and 4 to go.
It's 4th and 4. Rollers are going to go for it here on 4th down.
And we have a timeout taken by the Rollers.
And the Rollers use another timeout. So timeout Steel High. Today's game presented by the Steelton American Legion on Mid-Penn Broadcasting and the sportspage.blog.
When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Pennsylvania, who do you meet? Answer: men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question: so where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer: high school sports.
This message presented by the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Pennsylvania State Athletic Directors Association.
And here we go on 4th down play with Irby at quarterback. The left-hander lets it fly, headed for the end zone, overthrown. And the Upper Dauphin Trojans will take over on downs. So to be Trojans football. First and 10 for the Trojans. Ball on the 23, and there is the handoff and getting a few yards on the play. Christian Snyder with a 5-yard gain for the Trojans. Second down and 5 yards to go. 2nd and 5. And hand off again. And coming up over the 30 to about the 33-yard line is Snyder, who's a workhorse out of the Upper Dauphin backfield. Early second quarter, and Steel High with a 13-6 lead in the game. Upper Dauphin scored the first time they had the football, and Steel High the first two. And there is a run over the 35, and it's going to be enough for the first down. So the Trojans moving right to left come up with a first down. And there's a snap over the head of the quarterback, and it's going to be a loss back to the 20-yard line. It was a high snap.
Loss of about 10, 15 yards.
And a big loss. It's all the way back to the 20, or actually the 16, I think. It's where they're going to spot the football.
Brings up a second down and 26 yards to go.
2nd and 26. And a motion going to the right for the Trojans. And there's the pass off, and it is incomplete. Flowers broke it up, and it was a nice-looking pass, but Flowers was right there with the receiver. And that'll bring up a third down. 3rd and 26.
Reverse.
And that's going to be stopped on the reverse by the Steelers. That's Davian Pryor. And it's a 4th down and 26. And the punting unit will be in for the Upper Dauphin Trojans. Makai Flowers deep for Steel High. And the punt is coming. Flowers backs up and makes the catch at the 45-yard line. And now he's going to reverse, try to get some room down to the right. He's got it 50-40 and is going to be forced out of bounds by the Trojans at that spot. So Flowers will return it to the 40-yard line of the Trojans. It'll be a 1st and 10 for Steel High. First down and 10 yards to go. And the Rollers have the shorter field in front of them. Good field position to start the drive. Steamrollers will be at Middletown next week. And then back here to play Trinity in 2 weeks from today on October the 10th. And it's a handoff to Green, and Green up on the left side is going to be knocked out of bounds. It's down at the 25-yard line. And a nice run from Green. 13-6 is the Steamrollers lead. 8 minutes to go to halftime. And here's a motion coming to the right. And they hand the football off to Flowers, but he slips and falls. So there'll be no gain on the play, actually a loss.
Be a loss of about 5 yards.
So it'll be
Brings up second and
second down and about 15 yards to go. And it may be a little slippery as there was some like light rain today. Here, so the field a little bit wet. And Irby is back, and he's going to the air to the end zone. It is going to be.
Pass from Irby to Flowers for a touchdown.
Was he in bounds?
There's a flag on the play.
Oh, there's a flag, yes.
Motion still high.
Flowers was on the cut at the back of the end zone, but there was a flag on the field, and it's coming back. So it's coming back. That wipes out the score. And here is the pass off, and it is going to be completed. Yeah. Tyrone Moore on the receiving end.
Brings up a third down.
Third down for Steelton. 18 yards to go. 3rd and 18. .6:45 on the clock. And this is Irby back, and again goes up, and the pass is caught to Flowers this time. He hangs, no penalty flags, and boy, what a beautiful looking pass there. My goodness, 31-yard pass to Makai Flowers from Irby, and that gives Steel High a 19-6 lead. Brian Hernandez for the extra point.
Up and good.
And it is good.
Making the score Steel High 20.
It is a 20-6 Steel High with 6:25 on the scoreboard clock in the second quarter. Steel High has built a 20-6 lead. Today's game is brought to you by the Steelton American Legion on MidPennBroadcasting.com.
Do teenagers play high school sports?
My reason why is a sense of purpose.
My reason why is to inspire others.
One reason student athletes seldom mention is to get an athletic scholarship. They know that only 2% of all high school athletes are awarded a sports scholarship. So why do they play?
My reason why is friendship.
Tell us your reason using the hashtag #MyReasonWhy.
This message presented by the NFHS and the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Athletic Association.
Second touchdown pass of the day for Irby. This one 31 yards to Flowers. And it's a 20-6 lead for Steel High. And the ball taken back at about the 10-yard line. And now how he came out of the pile and has some room down the line. And all the way up to the 45-yard land in Steel High territory. But there is a flag down. Chance Crawford was on the return, but it is coming back. Upper Dauphin called for a block in the back, so the play will be coming back.
Brings up a 1st and 10 for Upper Dauphin from their own 25-yard line.
So 1st down, 10 yards to go now from the 25 for the Trojans of Upper Dauphin. And the handoff of the football to Snyder, and he's going to be knocked down for a loss. Or did the quarterback keep it? It looks like the quarterback faked it and kept it. But it's down for a loss of 5. Upper Dauphin scored first and led 6-0. Now Steel High back with 20 unanswered points and have a 20-6 lead. So we've got 5:40 to go till halftime. And this time they are going to get the ball up to the 30-yard line.
Hands off to number 24, Brandon Farrell.
And that was Brandon Federhoff on the carry. 3rd down, 9 yards to go for the Trojans. They need a first down here to keep their drive alive. 3rd and 9, and a whistle and a timeout called by the Trojans. And we'll take time with 5:05 to go. And Steel High leading 20-6. Today's game on Mid-Penn Broadcasting is brought to you by the Steelton American Legion.
When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Pennsylvania, who do you meet? Answer: men and women who play high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question: so where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer: high school sports.
This message presented by the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Pennsylvania State Athletic Directors Association.
Getting set for a 3rd down and 9 yards to go play. 3rd and 9. And we have motion to the right, and there is the handoff, and it gets up to just about the 30-yard line. Maybe a yard to the 31.
Snyder handed off to Weeks, and it will bring up.
You have a 4th down and about 4 yards to go.
4th down and 5 to go.
And this punter is coming in. And here is the snap, and the kick is going to take a bounce, and a pretty good kick down to quarterback Tyler Cleveland, the punter, and he got it to about the 35-yard line. It apparently went out at that spot. It looked like it was going to hit at about the 25, but it's already been out. So Steel High to go to work on offense again, left to right across your computer screen. And motion coming to the right, and there is the handoff to Odell Green, and he gets up over the line of scrimmage for a pickup of a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9 yards to go for the Steamrollers. Second and 9. And here's Irby. He's going to the air, and the pass is going to be incomplete. It was intended for number 4, Odell Green. Thought there was a little contact there, but no flag. And it'll be a 3rd down. 3rd and 9. So Irby and company will go to work, third down and 9 yards to go. And Irby is back, and he puts it up in the air, and it is going to be caught by Flowers. And Flowers is going to get to the 35-yard line. Not sure, it may have been tipped, but Flowers with the first down yardage. Down to 35 on the catch by Flowers. And here's the handoff, Flowers, and he'll get it out of bounds at about the 33. Being up second down and 8 yards to go.
Second down at about 9.
Irby dropping back and throws to the end zone. It is going to be caught by the Rollers down near the goal line. But a flag is on the play. So it's holding, it's coming back. A lot of penalties out here today. And Steel High again commits a costly one. As it comes back to the 48-yard line.
Back to the 48, brings down second down, and a lot of yards to go.
See, the ball's at the 48, and they have to get to about the 28. So it's 30 yards for the first down. And there's the handoff, Odell Green. And he's dancing around, but he is going to get knocked out at the 50-yard line by a lot of Trojans.
Brings up third and about 21 yards to go.
Third and 21 now. Ball resting right about the midfield stripe. 2:43 to go here in the second quarter. Steel High with a 20-6 lead. And right now are facing a third and 26 at midfield. And Irby is back, and he has it over, and it's going to be incomplete. It was thrown high off the fingertips of Hammonds, but the pass was over a little high, and he was unable to come down with it. So Steelers are going to punt it away with 2:33 to go. Here in the first half today at Steel High. What's that? Did I call?
You're saying Steelers.
So, okay, yeah, Steel High. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, the Rollers, yeah. And here we go. Here comes the kick from the Rollers, and it's going to take a bounce. And it's taken and being knocked out of bounds.
Knocked out of bounds approximately the 23-24-yard line.
Back to the 24-yard line for the Steamrollers. So it is a steam.
Yeah, that's right.
And here we go with Upper Dolphin with the football. The Upper Dolphin Trojans.
22-yard line.
at the 22. And the flag is down. And this one's going against the Trojans. And back it goes to the 22. First down and 15 yards to go for the Trojans. And there is a quarterback will hang on to it, Cleveland.
Gain of about 4 yards.
And down a second and 11. Second down and 11 for the Trojans. They trail in this one by a score of 20-6 to the Steel High Rollers. And there's the pitch back, and coming around to the left and getting knocked out of bounds is number 33, and that is Chance Crawford. He had a gain of 5 yards. So it'll be a third down and 6 yards to go. Third and 6. And it is off, and it is complete to number 7, and that is Christian Snyder. And we've seen a lot of Snyder here today, and he's got the first down. Clock is down to 1 minute and 37 seconds, 1:37. So 1:37 on the clock with a timeout on the field.
Injured player was Makai Flowers.
Flowers was injured on the play and coming off the field.
First and 10 for the Upper Dolphin Trojans.
And it'll be first and 10 for the Trojans. First and 10. And wiggling his way for some yards, but a flag on the play at the 40.
Cleveland takes the ball and hands off to Crawford.
So Crawford the ball carrier, but a flag down, and it may be coming back.
The penalty will be on Upper Dolphin.
It's going to be on Upper Dolphin, and they'll march it off. March it off back to the 30-yard line.
Back to the 24-yard line.
24-yard line is where the football is spotted. And motion to the left, and Cleveland is back. He goes deep, and it's going to be incomplete. Overthrowing his intended receiver at the 47-yard line. .53 seconds to go here in the second quarter. 20-6 Steel High lead. Cleveland goes back and he throws, and it is overthrown, incomplete. Intended for Crawford. So it'll be a 3rd down and 20. 3rd and 20. Third and 20 for Upper Dauphin. They'd like to get on the board here before the end of the first half and make it a one-score ball game. And Cleveland. And he's going to get the pass off, and it's going to be a handoff. And it's once again Christian Snyder. And a big gainer, we'll see. It is 1st down. 1st down for Upper Dauphin.
Not 1st down, 4th down.
4th down. Okay, yeah, it was just short. About a yard short, yeah. 4th and 1. The Trojans, of course, are going for it here. And they hand it off and up over the 45 to the 46. And it looks like it's going to be enough for the 1st down.
Timeout, Upper Dauphin.
Upper Dauphin will call a timeout with 18 seconds on the scoreboard clock here to go in the first half. Upper Dauphin got out first in this ball game to take the lead at 6-0. At just a few minutes into the ball game at the 9:15 mark. Since that time, Steel High has scored 3 unanswered touchdowns and a 20-6 lead in the closing seconds of the first half. Trojans trying to come up with something here too. Steel High travels to Middletown next Friday night. Next home game here 2 weeks from today on October 2nd against Trinity. So here come the Trojans, and Tyler Cleveland dropping back. He's in trouble, and he is going to be brought down.
By number 15.
And we're down to 7 seconds. They don't stop it. It'll be the final play of the half as we are winding down. And that is the end of the first half with the score. Steel High 20, Ain't 6. So it's 20-6 at halftime with Steel High in the lead. Today's game is brought to you by the by the Steelton American Legion on midpennbroadcasting.com and the sportspage.blog.
Honey, isn't it amazing?
What?
The sacrifice, the dedication, the grit. They really set an example, don't they?
Oh, well, no question. Today's high school athletes are truly special.
Not the athletes.
Woohoo.
The officials.
Oh.
Today's student athletes are truly special. But there's something pretty great about the men and women who officiate their games, too. Like the way they're giving back to their communities. Officiating is a terrific way to stay in shape, meet new people, and stay connected to the game you love. But the biggest reason of all? We need more qualified high school officials here in Pennsylvania. And without them, the rest of us would have a whole lot less to cheer about. High school games need officials. High school sports need you.
Great call, Ralph.
Yeah.
Interested in becoming a licensed high school official? Go to highschoolofficials.com to learn more and begin the application process.
We are at halftime here at Steel High, and the Steamrollers have built a 20-6 halftime lead on the Upper Dauphin Trojans here in the ball game this afternoon. And this started out the scoring with 9:15 remaining in the first quarter. And on Upper Dauphin's first possession, they got a 49-yard run from Christian Snyder. That made it 6-0 Upper Dauphin as the extra point failed. Then at the 7:39 mark, a 47-yard run from Flowers, and the extra point conversion good, and it was a 7-6 Steel High lead in that. Then 3:55 mark, a 24-yard touchdown pass to Moore, and that put the Steel High Steamrollers up by a score of 13-6. And at 6:25 of the second quarter, a 31-yard touchdown pass to Mackay Flowers, and the extra point was good. And that's where it stands right now, a 20-6 lead for Steel High here at the Halfton this afternoon. In their first ball game of the year, Mid-Penn play got underway all across the Mid-Penn last night. And this afternoon here at Steel High, they have the 2-touchdown advantage, less the extra point miss here at the half, and lead by a score of 20-6. We will be coming back with more on the halftime show after these messages. And today's game is brought to you by the Steelton American Legion.
The debate about sports specialization by high school athletes continues. Some argue that high school athletes who play one sport all year long have a better chance of landing a lucrative pro contract. But that's simply not true. In fact, 30 of the 32 first-round picks in last year's NFL draft played more than one sport in high school. Of the 32 players drafted, 22 also participated in high school track and field. 19 also played basketball. Some also played baseball and lacrosse. What's the path to success for high school athletes here in Pennsylvania, no matter what their goals might be? Study hard, always do your best, and if you can, play more than one sport in high school. This message presented by the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Pennsylvania State Athletic Directors Association.
(20-6) lead for Steel High here at the half tonight at War Memorial Field in Steelton. We mentioned things got underway in the Mid-Penn Conference last night, and a lot of upsets along the way too. And we will be telling you about those as Mid-Penn play started all across the Mid-Penn Conference. And from last night, we had the Cedar Cliff Colts defeating Berks Catholic by a score of 35-34. The Middletown Blue Raiders, 54 over the Juniata Indians, a 54-19 win. Mechanicsburg bested West Perry, 28-14, the final in that ball game. It was the Bishop McDevitt Crusaders cruising over Mifflin County by a score of 33-0. The Newport Buffaloes defeated the Trinity Shamrocks, the opponent here in 2 weeks. Here in 2 weeks of Steel High, but they managed to get by Trinity last night, 21-17. The Exeter Township Eagles defeated Central Dauphin East, 27-7. Cumberland Valley was shocked by Altoona. A 2-touchdown win for the Mountain Lions, 28-14 over Cumberland Valley. It was Hollidaysburg 42, Palmyra 21. Waynesboro pulled the upset on Shippensburg and won 22-20. It was Big Spring over James Buchanan 20-6. Central Dauphin with a huge win over Chambersburg 62-10 in that ball game. So the Rams look as strong as ever last night with their big win over Chambersburg. Greencastle Antrim upset Susquehanna Township as the Indians lost to the Blue Devils 20-13. Boiling Springs, a 51-13 winner over the Susquehanna Blackhawks. The Hershey Trojans defeat Redland 10-7. It was the Northern Polar Bears over East Pennsboro 37-7. And the Line Mountain Eagles defeat Camp Hill. And the final in that one, Camp Hill defeated Line Mountain. And the final in that was 35-28. It's another future opponent there for Steel High. The Camp Hill Lions. That's the way the first night of football shaped up around the Mid-State last night, and it was, a number of upsets along the way, a surprising upsets. I think the most surprising was Greencastle defeating Susquehanna Township, but could be in for, and it is going to be quite an unusual year with the reduced schedules and, the playoffs starting early. But it could be a very interesting 2020 here, shaping up to be that way in this shortened high school season. With a lead of 20-6 at the half, Steel High looking to hold on in the second half and come away with their first win of the year. Very capable and very good Upper Dauphin team who is very capable of coming back and turning this around in a hurry. 20-6 is our halftime score, and we will be coming back with more of the halftime report after these messages on MidPennBroadcasting.com. Today's game is being brought to you by the Steelton American Legion.
Honey, isn't it amazing?
What?
The sacrifice, the dedication, the grit. I mean, they really set an example, don't they?
Oh, well, no question. Today's high school athletes are truly special.
Not the athletes.
Well, who?
The officials.
Oh.
Today's student athletes are truly special. But there's something pretty great about the men and women who officiate their games, too. Like the way they're giving back to their communities. Officiating is a terrific way to stay in shape, meet new people, and stay connected to the game you love. But the biggest reason of all? We need more qualified high school officials here in Pennsylvania. And without them, the rest of us would have a whole lot less to cheer about. High school games need officials. High school sports need you.
Great call, Ralph.
Yeah.
Interested in becoming a licensed high school official? Go to highschoolofficials.com to learn more and begin the application process.
So why do teenagers play high school sports?
My reason why is a sense of purpose.
My reason why is love for the game. My reason why is to inspire others.
One reason student athletes seldom mention is to get an athletic scholarship. They know that only 2% of all high school athletes are awarded a sports scholarship, and most of those are worth far less than the cost of tuition. So, why do they play?
My reason why is commitment. My reason why is friendship.
A sense of purpose, love for the game, to help others, friendship. There are lots of great reasons to play high school sports and to participate in other high school activities like cheerleading, debate, and music. Tell us your reason using the hashtag #MyReasonWhy.
This message presented by the NFHS and the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Athletic Association.
20-6. Steelton High Spire lead here in the at halftime. It's 20-6 Steel High, as Steel High looking and like everyone here in the first week, their first win of the year. Steel High, a member of the Capital Division, which will include this year Boiling Springs, Big Spring, Camp Hill, Middletown, and Trinity, along with Steel High. As far as Upper Dauphin is a member of the new Liberty Division this year, which includes Newport, the James Buchanan Rockets out of Mercersburg, who came back to the Mid-Penn after a 2-year hiatus with their program being down 2 or 3 years, but they've rejoined here with the Tri-Valley League teams that have moved over to the Mid-Penn. Juniata, Line Mountain, Susquehanna, and Halifax joined Upper Dauphin in the Liberty Division of the Mid-Penn Conference this year. And, a lot of new teams moving over and switching divisions, and a lot of that the result of that merger with the Tri-Valley League. So it's a different look to the Mid-Penn this year, and a different look, and see how things play out. It's a short season, and with that short season, it's fewer ball games, and the playoffs have been reduced, so it's going to be a much tougher ride to get into the districts this year, as with the reduced teams that they have due to the shortened season. Starting early on, teams actually can add games if they're eliminated from the playoffs. Although the season is scheduled to end in the first week of November, there is an option there that the schools will be able to add games all the way up to November 28th after the Thanksgiving weekend, and that applies for this year only. So, and it was just rule changes made as a result of everything that's going on in the late start to the season. But hey, it's good to see football out here today. There was a time, I think, where a lot of people thought that we would not get to this point in 2020, but it's here, and it's very good to see football back, see the action on the field again. And hopefully before long, more fans will be permitted into the venues. I think it is coming as a lot of schools last night increased capacity for their games. One of the biggest examples was in Waynesboro, Pennsylvania. They went to allowing 1,100 fans into the game. They used a 25% capacity and did allow 1,100 fans into the game. Altoona, 33% capacity, which gave them over 3,000 last night. And they have said that if things went well, they were going to increase it to 50% for their second game. So the point is here that things are moving, and a lot of school districts are moving, toward increasing those capacities, away from that maximum of 250 people. So we hope that eventually everything will become full capacity and all the fans and parents will be back in the stadium. In the meantime, a lot of live streams of different schools there here at Mid-Penn Broadcasting. We're doing, the game today, and then again on October 17th and 24th, the Rollers home games. But next Friday night's game, also from Middletown, is on High School Sports Live. And the game October 10th with Trinity is on CBS 21. One of the sub-channels of CBS 21, or I think it's the MeTV channel, as they have a few channels onto some cable networks. So you'll be able to watch that. And for the most part, the majority of the Steamrollers games this year will be live streamed. It will be live streamed or on television. As the teams prepare here for the second half, we get ready for the second half kickoff, and we will be coming back after this break. And today's game is being brought to you by the Steelton American Legion.
Honey, isn't it amazing?
What?
The sacrifice, the dedication, the grit. I mean, they really set an example, don't they?
Oh, well, no question. Today's high school athletes are truly special.
Not the athletes.
Well, who?
The officials.
Oh.
Today's student athletes are truly special. But there's something pretty great about the men and women who officiate their games, too. Like the way they're giving back to their communities. Officiating is a terrific way to stay in shape, meet new people, and stay connected to the game you love. But the biggest reason of all? We need more qualified high school officials here in Pennsylvania. And without them, the rest of us would have a whole lot less to cheer about. High school games need officials. High school sports need you.
Great call, Ralph.
Yeah.
Interested in becoming a licensed high school official? Go to highschoolofficials.com to learn more and begin the application process.
Here is the second half kickoff taken by the Rollers and getting it up to the 35-yard line. 35-yard line for Steel High, and that's where the Rollers will go to work. Here with a first down and 10 yards to go to start this second half. First and 10 for the Steamrollers. And there is a handoff up the middle to Green, and he is able to get up to the 40-yard line for a 5-yard pickup. Nice run on first down. And here's Irby again, and Green gets a call again, and he's going to get it up, maybe a pickup of 3 yards on the play. It's going to be third down and a yard to go. 3rd and 1. Steamrollers keeping it on the ground for the first 2 plays. And there is a handoff again, and straight up the middle, but also a whistle. So the whistle blew it dead there. Tyrone Moore. Upper Dolphin offsides, and that will give Steel High the first down. So it'll be a first down and 10 for Steel High. At their own 47-yard line. And this is quarterback Irby handing off to Flowers, who is able to get a couple of yards.
That would be Jabin Jury.
This is going to be a second down. Irby goes to the air, and it's up, and it is going to be incomplete, as it was intended for Damian Hammonds and broken up by Tyler Cleveland. And it'll be a 3rd down and 10, 3rd and 10.
Brings up a 3rd and 10.
Here's Irby dropping back, and he's got it over the middle and has it complete. And that's a first down up over the 40 to about the 39. Damian Hammonds on the receiving end for Steel High. And there's a handoff to Green and up the middle. Pickup of about 3 on the play. Motion coming to the right. And Irby's got it. He's got it off complete. Odell Green will get over the 30 to about the 29, 28-yard line.
And it will be a first down for the Rollers.
So Steel High with the first down. On the move here to start the second half of play. And Irby pumps once and now keeps it. And he's going to be knocked down for a short gain.
Maybe a loss of field. We got a timeout for an injured player.
And we have an injury timeout. And we'll take a brief break. Today's game is brought to you by the Steelton American Legion with the score Steel High 20, Upper Dolphins 6 on MidPennBroadcasting.com.
Walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Pennsylvania. Who do you meet? Answer: men and women who play high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question: so where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer: high school sports.
This message presented by the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Pennsylvania State Athletic Directors Association.
So the injury timeout, just over 9 minutes, 42 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. And quarterback Alex Irby on a second down and 14 yards to go. As Irby will get it in the air, and it is completed. And breaking out tacklers and now running, making a couple of turns, and down near the end zone, Damian Hammonds.
He makes a few moves and moves toward the end zone.
So a big run from Hammonds and a few twists and turns and fancy moves, and he turns it into a huge gainer. All the way to the 3-yard line of the Trojans. And there's it's a pass, and it's Flowers, and he manages to get into the end zone for the touchdown. And the Rollers put another one on the board. They lead this one by a score of 26-6. .8:49 to go. On the and Hernandez kick is good. 26-6 on a 3-yard touchdown pass to Flowers. And that comes at the 8:49 mark of the third quarter. And Flowers had a 47-yard run earlier. Also caught a 31-yard touchdown pass. And now a 3-yard touchdown pass. So that's Mekhi Flowers with 3 touchdowns on the day. 26-6. The Rollers led 20-6 at the half and scored on their first drive of the second half. They'll kick it away now to the Upper Dauphin Trojans. And here comes kick, and it's taken, and a flag is down on the return, on the Trojans' return.
35-yard line, there is a flag on the flag. We got a hold against Upper Dauphin. We will take them back.
So the holding call is going to take it back for the Trojans. Back to the 30-yard line.
Ball's on the 25-yard line.
Back to 25.
Trojans.
First and 10 for the Trojans.
Wheelan takes the ball and makes a handoff to his running back.
It's handed off to Cleveland and stopped near the line of scrimmage. .836 Steamrollers 27-6 lead in this one. 27 unanswered points put on the board by Steel High. And a lot of flags thrown today. This one is against Upper Dauphin. Going to make it a first down and 15 yards to go. And it's Cleveland with it as he gives it to Christian Snyder.
By Williams and Ali on the stop, along with Williams.
27-6 our score.
Quarterback keeper.
And that's a keeper.
By Cleveland.
Cleveland with the quarterback keeper. Not much gain. And this will bring up a third down.
Third down and approximately 15 yards.
Yeah, third and 15. And there is the handoff and that is Snyder. And Snyder will get some yardage, but not enough for the first down at the 30-yard line. It's going to be a fourth down, and it looks to be around 5 yards for the first down. 4th and 5. And this is the kick coming from Cleveland, and it's going to go out of bounds. And Steel High will have good field position when they take over with 6:30 to go. 6:30 here in the third quarter at the 45-yard line. .45-yard line of the Trojans is where Steel High will start. As Alex Irby will hand it off to Green, and it's going to be a couple of yards pickup. See where the spot of the football comes. And going to be a pickup of about 1 yard. 2nd down and 9 yards to go. And this is Green once again, and he breaks through some tacklers, and he is up close to first down yardage. Maybe just a little bit. And it's a 3rd and 2. 3rd down, 2 yards to go. As the Rollers with a 27-6 lead, keeping it on the ground here. At least through their first 3 plays. And now we got a flag. And I believe it may be against Upper Dauphin. It is, so that'll give Steel High the first down. So it'll be a 1st and 10. And the ball at the 37-yard line. And now after that, Steel High is going to be called for unsportsmanlike conduct. So now it's going to go back the other way. And this will probably make it a 1st and 25. 1st and 20. A very costly penalty. And this is Irby. Irby will put it in the air and looks for his receiver. It is incomplete. Davian Pryor is the intended receiver. And 2nd down and 25. 2nd and 25. And there's motion to the right. Irby's pass is up. He's got a man. It's going to be broken up, almost intercepted by the Trojans. Number 33 for the Trojans, Chance Crawford was there and broke the play up. .520 on the scoreboard clock. Irby is back, and he's going to the air again, and this time it is incomplete. Off the fingertips of the intended receivers, Mackay Flowers. So that's going to bring up a 4th down and 25, 4th and 25. And the Rollers are going to punt the football away. So the Rollers to punt the football away. A high snap, and the kick is blocked. It was right into the arms of Trojan. The kick was blocked. And the Trojans will take over in good field position. Up 27-6. Hepner is going to be credited with the block. And the Trojans are in business with good field position in Roller territory, trailing in the ball game 27-6 to Steel High. Trojans have not scored since their first drive in the first quarter. Have not been able to answer Steel High. And twisting and making a move, but getting very little yardage on the play. And it looks like
No gain on the play.
Yeah, it's no gain on the Brandon Federhoff run. We're down to 4.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. And this time the handoff and getting first down yardage. Actually, Cleveland kept the football. Be surprised at all. Be a first down.
And we have an injury on the play.
And there is an injured player on the field for Upper Dauphin. They're out to tend to the player.
Number 24, Brandon Federoff.
And it is 24 Brandon Federhoff. And also Damian Hammonds was injured on the play for the Rollers. In fact, they carried Damian to the sidelines. .428 to go in the third quarter. And it's 1st and 10 for the Trojans. And they are deep in Rollers territory at the 30-yard line. And handoff and up the middle.
Hands off to number 33, Chance Crawford.
And that is Chance Crawford on the carry.
For about 3 yards.
Crawford with the carry. And it'll bring up a 2nd down and 7 yards to go. Inside of 4 minutes now in the third quarter. And the handoff and nothing again to number 33, Chance Crawford, and no gain on the play. 2nd down and 7. Will now be 3rd down and 7. And there is the pitch out. Or a quarterback, yeah, Cleveland's got to keep it himself, but not get the first down yardage. Going to bring up a 4th down. He's still 4 yards short of the first down, 4th and 4. This has to be 4 down territory here. And the Rollers will take over on downs. Unable to come up with that first down run, so it'll be Steel High football as they will take over.
We have a referee's timeout on the field.
So now the referee has called time. Steel High will have the football, 1st and 10. And there's the whistle. It's going to be at the 23-yard line. And that's the handoff to Green. Green finds a hole up the middle and gets all the way up to the 40-yard line. And a pickup of about 15 yards, another big run for Odell Green. And he was maybe a player away from breaking that wide open. Green again's in the middle. Now he's on the outside and down the field to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, and a touchdown. Green able to get over on the outside, and from 40 yards out, Odell Green takes it in with 2:22 to go in the third quarter. Big run from Green, and when he gets outside, as you well know, it's all over. And he was able to break away from the coverage and get it into the end zone. Odell Green, 40-yard run. And the kick is, and it's going to turn it into a 2. It was a fake and a 2-point conversion. So a 2-point conversion, Davian Pryor. And that will make the score, that'll make it 35-6, Steel High, with 2:22 remaining to be played in the third quarter. Today's game is brought to you by the Steelton American Legion on MidPennBroadcasting.com and the SportsPage.blog.
The most successful companies here in Pennsylvania, who do you meet? Answer: men and women who play high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question: so where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer: high school sports.
This message presented by the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Pennsylvania State Athletic Directors Association.
And here comes the kickoff from Steel High, up 35-6. And Steel High with a 29-point lead. The next score will throw it into, or the next touchdown, into the mercy rule. And there is the return for Upper Dauphin Trojans, as they'll get it to about the 25-yard line on the return. Been a big day for Steel High. A big play day for the Rollers. Now the Trojans will try to answer back, something they have not been able to do all afternoon since scoring on their first possession. And there's the run. Cleveland, he keeps it. Nice pickup. Pickup of about 5 yards, second down and 5 yards to go. Inside of 2 minutes. And now
There'll be a foul on the play.
A flag on the play.
Offsides on the Rollers.
That'll be an offsides.
Bring up a first down for the Trojans.
That'll be a first down. Offside, Steel High. And he hands it off. And again, the handoff goes to 33. And that is Chance Crawford. Couple of yards on the play. Trojans down 35-6. As we moved inside to a minute in the third quarter. So we'll get at least one more play here. And there is the handoff to the 45-yard line for the Trojans. And it's Crawford once again on the carry. And that may be the final play of the third quarter.
Third down and 3 to go.
As we're inside of 10 seconds right now. 5 seconds. I'll see if the Trojans are going to hurry up and get a play off. They are, but with a flag on the play. Just as the clock was running out.
And a bell for the end of the third quarter.
So we'll see.
The penalty will be on Upper Dolphin.
It'll be Upper Dolphin with the penalty called. And that will move it back, but the...
we will have one on time down to finish the third quarter.
So it will be, they'll hang on, they'll have to play this out. It was an offensive penalty.
Third down and about 6 yards to go.
So it's 3rd and 6. Motion to the left. And this is quarterback Cleveland handing off to Crawford and stop for a loss. And that will be the final play of the third quarter. With the score, Steel High 35 and Upper Dolphin 6 on the F&M Trust, the Sports Network. And today's game is being brought to you by the Steelton American Legion on midpennbroadcasting.com.
High school sports.
My reason why is a sense of purpose.
My reason why is love for the game. My reason why is to inspire others.
One reason student athletes seldom mention is to get an athletic scholarship. They know that only 2% of all high school athletes are awarded a sports scholarship, and most of those are worth far less than the cost of tuition. So, why do they play?
My reason why is commitment.
My reason why is friendship.
A sense of purpose, love for the game, to help others, friendship. There are lots of great reasons to play high school sports and to participate in other high school activities like cheerleading, debate, and music. Tell us your reason using the hashtag #MyReasonWhy.
This will be Cleveland to punt the football as we start the fourth quarter, and it's going to be out of bounds. And went out at about the 40, maybe 39-yard line. So it'll be Steel High football. To start this fourth quarter. Opening weekend of football in the Mid-Penn Conference. Here's Irby, and he gets a handoff to Moore. Moore down the sideline, and he's going to get down to the 40-yard line. It's going to be a first down. So Moore on the carry with the first down. And that's how the fourth quarter begins. That's Irby standing back at about the 48-yard line. And Irby drops back and puts it in the air, and the pass is going to be caught, but he's out of bounds. Hammonds made the catch, but he was out of bounds. And that'll be a second down and 10. And that's hands it off to Flowers, and Flowers still on his feet is going to get up to about the 36-yard line.
Would bring up a third and about 5.
Third down and 5 yards to go, and the ball on the 36. Some motion coming. And now there is the handoff again to Flowers, and he's going to be tripped up at near the 30-yard line at about the 31-yard or 36-yard line, excuse me. So no gain on the play.
Bring out fourth and about 4.
Fourth down and 4 yards to go. 4th and 4. Rollers trying to increase their already pretty big lead, and he's passing, and it's complete. And down the sidelines, and Hammonds is going to get into the end zone for the touchdown. It's a touchdown. Damian Hammonds hit the pylon and got into the end zone. And another touchdown for Steele High on the 36-yard pass to Damian Hammonds. Hernandez in to kick the extra point. And here's the fake. And getting up and throwing it to the end zone, and it is good. And it goes from Pryor. I can't see who was on the receiving end down there, but the two-point conversion is good.
Number 17, Bond,
and it was number 17 for Steele High. That's Jamian Bond on the two-point conversion. 36-yard touchdown pass to Hammonds. And Steele High has taken the lead here by a score of 43-6. 43-6 our score. And we should be having a running clock the rest of the way as the lead has swelled to above 35. And that means a moving clock with the mercy rule. And the Rollers able to steal, able to score early and often today to build up that lead of 43-6. And it's going to be taken back at the 10-yard line by the Trojans. And they get it up to the 25-yard line. And on the return is number 9, Connor Walker. So it's Walker on the return. And the Trojans would like to get something positive going here on the offensive side of the football. Scored on their first drive and have been shut out ever since that time. Now a moving clock here in the fourth quarter. Yeah, so the clock will be on the move with the 35-point or more lead in the ball game. And that's Crawford on the carry again. And he does pick up about 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a second down and 5 yards to go. 2nd and 5. And motion to the left, and let me have the keeper here. Crawford. They gave it to Crawford. And he is up about a yard shy of first down yardage. Up a 3rd down and 1. 3rd and 1. And keeping it on the ground again, that's Crawford. And that's going to be a first down for Upper Dauphin. Clock moving at 8:43. 8:43 to go in the ball game. And there is the fake handoff, and the keeper from quarterback Cleveland did not get much. May have lost a little.
Led by number 56, Eugene Green.
Hit the 8-minute mark in the 4th quarter. Steel High well on their way to their first win of the year. And this Upper Dauphin team appears to be a very good team. And they just ran into a very good Steel High team today. And there is the handoff. Or is it... Yep, it was number 12 on the handoff to Brandon Snyder.
Brings up a 3rd down and 11.
So 3rd and 11. And the drop, but now picked up by Cleveland. He throws it and has it complete. And out to the 40-yard line. Short gainer.
Completes the pass. Gain of about 6 yards.
So it'll be a 4th down, 5 yards to go. This stage of the ball game, I would expect maybe Upper Dauphin just to go for it here. And that's going to be the case. And motion coming around to the left, and the handoff and being stopped
Number 28,
about the 37-yard line.
No gain by the Rollers.
Not much of anything on that, yeah.
Gain possession.
And Steel High will take over on downs. 5:50 remaining to be played in the game with a moving 4th quarter clock and a 43-6 Steel High lead. And here's Irby back. He's got a man wide open, but has it intercepted. And stepping in front of the intended receiver is Cal Kastner, right in front of Moore, and interception for Upper Dauphin.
Upper Dauphin takes over at their own 10-yard line.
So the Trojans back on offense again. Just under 5 minutes to go in this one. There is The handoff quarterback keeper again from Tyler Cleveland. He gets
6 yards.
a little over 5, maybe 6 on the play, as it's up to the 16-yard line. And a very quick handoff. Cleveland is going to keep it, fake the handoff, and it looks like he's going to have first down yardage, and he does, up to the 23-yard line. So it will be a first down for Upper Dauphin. And here's Cleveland, and this time he does hand it off. And a flag, 2 flags on the play. And it was a good run if it stands from Brady Morgan. Couple of flags. It's going to go against Steel High. And it's going to be a big one, marched off to close to the midfield, all the way to the 49-yard line of the Trojans.
The Roll of Pride marching band. Chicago.
And there is the handoff and getting to Rufus Crawford. And he is going down the sideline and is finally going to be knocked out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. Pryor knocked Chance Crawford out. And also a flag. Let's see.
Look like a clipping call on the Trojans.
And it's going against the Trojans as the ball will come back.
We have an injured player on the field for the Trojans.
And an injury also on the field. So Crawford is down on the play.
Big hand for Crawford.
So Crawford is coming off the field. .204 is where the clock is, or it's running at 2 minutes now. And here's quarterback Cleveland, and he is going to be sacked back at about the 48-yard line as our clock moves down to 1 minute and 35 seconds to go. And Green, Eugene Green, with the sack for Steel High. Steel High will travel to Middletown next Friday night, October 2nd. Go in with a 1-0 record. Upper Dolphin 0-1, and the quarterback throws it as he is hit. And got the pass off and completed. "35 seconds left in this one. And the clock is moving. Steel High going to come out of here with a 43-6 victory today. A big afternoon for the Rollers as the clock runs down into the final seconds. And this ball game is over, and the Steel High Steamrollers win their opener over Upper Dolphin here by a score of 43-6. Big afternoon offensively and also on the defensive side of the football, as the Rollers allowed just that one touchdown early, and Upper Dolphin not able to move the ball much at all after that point. And we will come back to wrap this one up from War Memorial Park in Steelton, and we'll be back after these messages. Today's game has been brought to you by the Steelton American Legion on MidPennBroadcasting.com.
Honey, isn't it amazing?
What?
The sacrifice, the dedication, the grit. I mean, they really set an example, don't they?
Oh, well, no question. Today's high school athletes are truly special.
Not the athletes.
Well, who?
The officials.
Oh.
Today's student athletes are truly special. But there's something pretty great about the men and women who officiate their games, too. Like the way they're giving back to their communities. Officiating is a terrific way to stay in shape, meet new people, and stay connected to the game you love. But the biggest reason of all? We need more qualified high school officials here in Pennsylvania. And without them, the rest of us would have a whole lot less to cheer about. High school games need officials. High school sports need you.
Great call, Ralph.
Yeah.
Interested in becoming a licensed high school official? Go to highschoolofficials.com to learn more and begin the application process.
Welcome back, everyone, here to War Memorial Field in Steelton, where the Steel High Steamrollers come away with a big win today here by a score of 43-6. It was Upper Dolphin who scored early in this one, a 49-yard run by Christian Snyder with 9:15 to go in the first quarter. Gave Upper Dolphin a 6-0 lead. Then with 7:39 to go, Irby handed off to Flowers, and he had a 47-yard run. Extra point was good. It was a 7-6 lead for Steel High. Then 3:55 to go, Tyrone Moore caught a 24-yard touchdown pass from Irby, and that would make the score 13-6 as the extra point failed. At the 6:25 mark of the second quarter, a 31-yard pass from quarterback Irby to Flowers again. And this time the extra point was good. And Steel High built a 20-6 lead and carried that 20-6 lead in to halftime. And that made the score 26-6. A 3-yard touchdown pass to Mackay Flowers made it 26-6, and the extra point was good. And then a 40-yard run later in the third quarter. Odell Green and the two-point conversion was good, 35-6. Fourth quarter, a 36-yard pass to Damian Hammonds from Irby, and the two-point conversion good, and it 43-6. The Rollers went on top. That's the way it ended, with Steel High winning here this afternoon by a 43-6 score. Steel High travels to Middletown on Friday night, and you will be able to watch that game on High School Sports Live Friday night. And their next home game will be Saturday afternoon, October the 2nd, when they October the 10th, when they take on Trinity. That will be on CBS 21, one of the digital channels on CBS 21 on that Saturday. We'll be back here for the final two home games of the season for Steel High. That's coming their final two of the season on the 23rd and 30th of October. So Steel High goes to 1-0, Upper Dauphin dropping to 0-1. Today's game has been a production of Mid-Penn Broadcasting. Bernie Stanalosi running the camera this afternoon for Mid-Penn Broadcasting. And today's game has been brought to you by the Steelton American Legion. Steelton American Legion making today's broadcast possible on Mid-Penn Broadcasting. I'm Gary Klein, and thanks for joining us this afternoon. And once again, the final score here is Steel High 43 and Upper Dauphin 6. Have a good afternoon, everyone.